Hey there everybody, this is Jett Martin, and in today's video we're going to be going over the technicals of the main futures, the Nasdaq, the S&P 500, the Dow Jones, the gold, and oil, and go over how the market's doing, if it's going to keep going up or continue to go downward here October 16th, 2020. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please remember to smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, and I will be posting a video. This is specifically towards one guy who was asking, named Ruben. I'm going to be posting a video here shortly going over my technicals, how I make informed decisions about when I'm going in and out of trades. In addition to that, I'm going to be starting a new series here going over a Roth IRA, a traditional Roth IRA, and going over how you can manage it yourself, what you could be buying in, and the whole benefits of having a Roth IRA, and how you could be a millionaire within 28 years. So if you guys are interested in that, please remember to hit that subscribe button and look out for those videos here coming soon. But with that being said, let's go into the stock market here. So now we're in the Nasdaq futures contracts right now. So we're looking at it. We've been in a consistent uptrend. So I use the standard deviation. I used to take that off so it wouldn't confuse people too much. But it's pretty beneficial when you're going to be trading to see if it's an overall uptrend or an overall downtrend throughout the market. So let's look into this here. So if we see we've been rallying pretty consistently, bounced off the SMA line, which is the simple moving average. If you need to know any of the technical terms and what they mean, check out the description down below. I have descriptions of them and then links to Investopedia to what they are. And if you guys want to see videos of those, just let me know in your comments down below. But let's go over this here real quick. So overall, we can see we've been in an upward incline, but we can see we've had some pullback here. So right now, we look at the top and we can say that this is a pretty solid top. So this is something that we're going to be looking forward to break through on the upside here. So let's just move this right over there. Okay, cool. So now we see that we've fallen. So we've fallen to the standard deviation line and we've broken below. But this doesn't mean that it's overall downhill for the market. We could see it bump up here into tomorrow. This is just something to look for. So this is going to be a pretty important line here around that 11,920 area. But with that being said, we did hit some bottoms here today. So we could be looking at a new um, bottom here moving forward at about this level here, um, going forward into the market tomorrow. So this is going to be a key point to be looking at to make sure that things are going well. So excuse me, I can't get the line drawn. Here we go. I think everybody knows how this feels sometimes, but when you're drawing out these technical lines. So this seems to be the new bottom that we've had here today. If we can go into a different time frame, I'm using the 20-hour or 20-day 1 hour right now, but we can go into the 1 day 5 minute and see overall this has been about a bottom. It broke through a little bit, but it's using this as a support. So if it breaks below here, we could see some more downside. So now we're going to try to figure out where the future downside would lie, because as we're just talking about here a minute ago, we can see that the next top would, or this will be the overall top, but we could see some major resistance around this 1235 mark going upward into the market here. So let's put this line out right here real quick. Oh geez, my gosh. But so this will be a major resistance here as well, moving forward into the market tomorrow. So it will have to break above this, and it will have to break above that SMA line that we're seeing. And I just cannot get it straight for the life of me. Nice for the video, right? Okay, so there we go, extend to the right. So that's going to be another major line for us to cross. And the first major one will be this SMA to break above that, because we see that it's going down here on the 5-day 5 minute. But overall, if we go back to the 20-day 1 hour, we still are above the SMA line. So it changes on the time frame that you're using. I'll go into a little bit more detail on that when I make the technical video. But right now we're still above, but we are breaking below here. So if we do see some downside, we could see it fall all the way down to this SMA line tomorrow or into the end of the week on Friday. So that's going to be your next major support if things end up falling apart for the Nasdaq going forward into tomorrow with lack of stimulus hopes and unemployment and stuff like that. And along with the vaccine, because we've been having vaccine problems, we have President Trump saying that, a vaccine's on the way, it's good, but then we're having Johnson & Johnson getting rejected for their vaccine because they saw some bad side effects. So we're going to have to be looking at that. That'll be the next major support if we end up fully breaking through this 11,900 area. So with that being said, we can go over into the S&P 500 and we can look at that. So again, we are right here on this or actually, let's go back here real quick, just for the overall picture so everybody can know what's actually going on here. What we use for long term to see how the stock market's really performing, we do use the 180-day chart at the 4-hour time frame. This is a pretty good indication of how the stock market is doing overall. So, as I was saying before, this SMA line will be pretty big. So the first one, you want to use multiple time frames when you're trying to see where the stock market's going, but overall, that would be the next major support. We're using the standard deviation as a support right now on the 180-day time frame. If it breaks below there, you're going to be looking at the next support at this 11,371 area because that's going to be where the SMA line is. So if it breaks below there, we could see a pretty steep downside, but if it holds above there, we could see a turnaround for the better. So now we can go back into this S&P 500 here. And again, we see it's dipping a little bit, which could be healthy because we did have an extreme rally over here the last couple of days. But let's go into the technicals and see where our next resistance lines are going forward. So we go to the 20-day 1-hour chart here, and we can see that this will be a major support area or a resistant area if it starts to go upward because of that humongous drop that we had. So we can set that up instantaneously without having to do much of anything going on. Overall, that's going to be about where you're looking at for a new resistance level. But for a new support, again, this will be, we broke right below the standard deviation on the 180 or on the 20-day 1-hour chart. So then you'd be looking at this as the SMA line as the next area of support moving forward. So we're going to put that right over there. And again, depends on the time frame, but if we're looking at overall traction of the market, where things are going here forward, we're going to be looking at the 180-day time frame at about the 4-hour mark. And again, you're going to be seeing the major support line being this SMA and the lower standard or the middle standard deviation right over here at the 339, 340 area. So that's going to be, if we see a full pullback, it would go to about here, and it could be bouncing right now, but this could be the point where it falls to, and then we could see some unlimited downside or some unlimited upside moving forward. So with that being said here, let's go check out the Dow Jones before we check out the gold futures and then some oil. So hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please remember to smash the like button if you're enjoying it here and share with your friends and family, and make sure you subscribe. But here moving forward, we're in the Dow Jones here, and we can see that we zoom in that if we go to, let's go to the 20-day first, because this gives us a better indication of where the main resistance are going within the current time period that we're on. So with the Dow Jones, we are bouncing on the SMA right now, which is either good or bad. So into the morning, when you guys see this, if it breaks below this SMA, we can go over to the 180-day and see that the new resistance level for this would be around the 27,700 range or 27,800 range for the SMA, and then 27,500 range for the main standard deviation mark. So we're going to put the new support level way down here because there isn't much here. If we go back to the 20-day 1-hour, we're going to see that we are bouncing on some major support on the 20-day 1-hour with the 180-day SMA. So if we wake up and if we start seeing this go above, this will be the next major resistance area right here at the standard deviation. If it breaks above there, we could see some other resistance here. Because of the dip we had, we can see that this is going to be something that the people will have a hard time digesting if it gets above there. So these two lines here are what you're looking for, is some major resistance going into the market here tomorrow. So if we put this out to the left, you can see it's been bouncing on there here the last couple of days um, and throughout the market. So that is something to be looking out for moving forward into your trading session. So that's going to be your new uh, resistance line, and then your new support is literally right here on the SMA line moving forward into tomorrow. And then if it falls through, we could see it fall an additional few hundred points there, about 700 points over the next couple days into the weekend. These huge moves only happen very rarely. We don't see some huge drops, but it could. So make sure you are prepared and plan accordingly. You can always short the market with some inverse ETFs to make sure that you're still profitable, or you can buy put options as well. So last thing we're going to go over here or the last couple of things we're going to go over here is the gold futures. So we can see that we're bouncing on some support here right away, looking at the 20-day 1 hour. But let's again look at the 180-day for some good analysis here. We are below the SMA, but we are bouncing on it, so we keep testing it. So that's going to be your major resistance moving forward into tomorrow. So if the stock market keeps still going down, usually gold decides to go up. So just keep that in mind. If your other stuff goes, you can always buy gold as well, because gold is more of a safe bet that people and investors like to keep invested in. So we'll see a resistance here right at that 1220 or 1922 area. And then we could see some continued upside up until this standard deviation point. Like I said, it's a pretty good indicator on if where the stock price should be overall in the market. So we see fluctuations up and down throughout the market, but that is where the price should probably be, and then following the 180-day SMA. But we can go into the 20-day to see anybody who's trading these inverse ETFs. We are bouncing on some support right now, which is this standard deviation line. So this number right here, around 1900, will be your major support going into tomorrow. If we break below that, we could see some further downside into this to the lows of today, around 1885 or so. And then we could see some future downside even further down to this 1851 level that we've seen before. So this is going to be if it breaks below, we could see some support at these few levels here, just because of some simple technicals here. But we are seeing, real quick, just because I want you guys to understand what we're going to be seeing here, we could see a quick little run up tomorrow moving forward into the market off the tops, and see it get rejected down again if the stock market continues to wanting to keep rallying. The last thing we're going to go over here is the um, light sweet crude oil futures. We are in the upper band of the standard deviation here on the 20-day 1 hour, but if we go to the 180-day, we have been consolidating right about where the price should be in the market. So if we zoom in over here, we are bouncing on some support, but we could see it fall back down again, because this is about where the price should be unless we see some real good reasoning for the crude oil to be rallying up. This is about where it should be. So if you guys are looking just to trade intraday, this could be good as well. But if we go into the 20-day, we are in a pretty consistent price range for this crude light wheat oil. So as I was saying, we are in the upper band here, so we could see a pullback here tomorrow, looking at just basic technicals without looking at any news, because we do know that news catalysts are very important when we're trading in the stock market. But this is about your top area right here around that 4140 area. But we are pulling back right now, bouncing on the EMA, the 9-day EMA. So we could see this break through tomorrow and fall down to the standard deviation at 40, or more likely down here, and we could have another bounce at this 40, right under 40, 39, 80 area, 39.83 area. So this is going to be your next major support for these. Remember, you can trade the inverse ETFs as this as well to make sure that you're profitable even on the dip. So there are inverses. If you guys want me to go and make a video about that, please just let me know, and I will make sure to make that video for you guys so you guys can know about how you can make money with put options, call options, inverse ETFs, and positive ETFs. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was educational to help give you guys a good understanding of where the market could be going, the next areas of resistance and support going into the market tomorrow and into Friday. If you guys enjoyed that video, please remember to smash the like button, subscribe if you're new, share with your friends and family, and stay tuned if you guys want to watch, or make sure you subscribe if you guys want to be seeing how to set up a traditional Roth IRA account. I had to do that for a presentation, and I'm really excited to explore that with you guys and give you guys a good understanding how that works. With that being said, have a great day.